Hello, my name is Kimatina. Welcome to the Sweet Talk. I am a Google certified trainer and a top contributor in the Google for Education Help Forum. Today is the first day of summer. It is June 21st, 2018. And today I want to go over something with you called Google Takeout. And the reason why you may need to know this is because at the end of the school year, students are graduating, they're moving on to another school, and they may want to take all of their documents with them, anything in Google Drive. Or if you're switching jobs like me, you're going to want to download all of your information to some type of external hard drive or flash drive. So I want to go over Google Takeout with you because I find that this workflow will be helpful. It definitely did help me. I am transitioning into a new job, which I'm very excited about, and I needed to get all of my information from my current Google for Education account at my current school, and I needed to back it up. So what I did was I have an external hard drive and which has plenty of storage on it. And I just basically created an archive of my account to my external hard drive. And students can do the same thing when they're graduating also. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you how it's done. So what you have to do first is go into your account settings. So you simply click on your icon here in the top right, and you're going to go down to My Account. And in this area here, under Personal Information and Privacy, you want to go into Control Your Content. And all consumer accounts or personal Google accounts will allow you to create an archive, which will allow you to download your data to your local device or to a flash drive. And this option is very good because in here, you're able to select the app that you want to download. So I can, right now the default is on, all of these apps are on. And when you download them, they go into a zipped file. So for example, and you can see there's a lot here. There's a lot of different options that you can, or apps that you can download. So what I'm going to do for time saver, I'm going to turn all of the apps off, and I'm only going to download and create an archive for my bookmarks that I have saved in my Sweet Talk account. So I'm going to turn that on because there's not that many in there and it won't take a long time. So when you download your data, you can select which apps you want to download. And I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm going to click Next. And in here, it's asking me basically what kind of file type I want to create. I usually just do the zip file. It's asking me the archive size. So if it goes over 2 gigs, it's going to create multiple files of that file. And it's asking me here what type of delivery method do I want to do for this archive. So I can actually save my archive to Drive. Now, obviously, I can do, if I'm leaving, what I can do is add it to my Drive, and then I can download that zip file to my local computer. And then at that point, I can save that zip file to my external hard drive. So that's what I did for my account at school. So I'm going to just do Add to Drive, and I'm going to hit Create Archive. And because I'm only archiving my bookmarks, it's not going to take a very long time to create the zip file. So we'll just wait. And you can see here, there's a status bar letting you know the status of the download. So you can see here, I did it twice. All right. So what I can do here is I'm going to just hit done. and it takes me back to my account settings. But of course, I could have opened it up in Drive through that screen too. So what I want to do at this point is I want to go to Drive. And when I'm in Drive, it creates a takeout folder automatically. And in this takeout folder, you will see your zip files that it created. So if I wanted to, see, I created a zip file from 6:07, and the last one was just now at 6:24. So if I double click on that zip file, it should, oops, I did it too fast. It gives me subfolders, and it lists all the files that it created the archive for. So when you do your bookmarks, it creates an HTML file with all of my websites. So if I double click on that, I don't know if it's going to open. Oh, I guess not. So actually what I could do here is with my new account, I can take this HTML file. Let's see if it'll open it. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I can import this HTML file into my new account through the Chrome browser, and all of my bookmarks that I just created the archive for will appear in that new account. So you can see here, my point here is that when I use Takeout, it creates a folder called Takeout, and it creates a zip file. I could just double click on the zip file, and you will see all of the files that it actually created or archived for you in the zip file. Another thing that I want to show you is if you are in a Google for Education account, which I was, I am going to go to my account. So this is my Google for Education account. And what I want to do here is show you another option. If you're using G Suite, you have the ability to transfer your data. So if I go to the personal information and privacy section and click control your content, I have the ability to download the data like I just showed you and create an archive, or I can transfer my content. Now, if I transfer my content, this information is a little bit different. I had already, what you have to do is you have to put in another email account that you want to transfer the data to, and you have to verify that account. So I already did that. I got the code and I verified the code. And here it only gives you 2 apps to transfer. It only gives you Drive and Mail. So this option is a little bit more limiting than the archive option. So I personally, what I did was I just used the archive option to download my data from my school account, and I'm able to save it and access it through my external hard drive. So what I want to do here is, I'm actually going to go back to my SweetTalk account. So what I want to do here is I want to show you my external drive. So if I go to my Files app, and I have my hard drive plugged in already. So it's reading it from my USB port. So in my USB port on my external hard drive, I created multiple folders. So in here, I have my Google Drive, and I actually create, because I'm a little nuts. What I did was I created subfolders, and then I also, what I did was I downloaded each subfolder separately, so that I knew that this zip file went into this WDMS Tech Literacy folder. So that is an option in Drive. So let me back up. So if I wanted to download this folder, all I do is in Drive, I highlight the folder, and I can right click on the folder, and I can hit download. And when I hit download, it takes everything that's in that folder and it downloads it to a zip file. And basically, that's what I did for my subfolders because I didn't want all of my information in only like 2 or 3 zip files, because then it would have been hard for me to find specific files that I was looking for in specific folders. So I ended up downloading each subfolder into a new folder on my external drive, and I also created the archive for my Google Drive, which is right here, which is the zip file. So what I wanted to show you is when you do any kind of downloads, you can change, you can see that, let me find something that's good. Hold on. Here. So when I downloaded my files, okay, it downloads them into a zip. And when I expand on that zip file, it opens everything up in Microsoft Office file format. So you can see that this was a Google Sheet, and it is now going to read it as an Excel spreadsheet. The same thing with the Google document. It's going to open it up and let me view it, but it views it as a Microsoft Word document. Okay, which is fine. I still have the content and everything, so everything is still there. But what I wanted to point out to you was that, oops, when I keep thinking that I'm in my drive, I'm in my Files app. When I download Google Forms, okay, it handles the forms a little differently. Since there's no other app comparable in the Microsoft Office world, it takes the form and it zips the form and it creates an HTML file. And it really does not give you what your form really is. It's really just HTML code that it's saving. So this is what it gives you. So with this, I guess you can actually maybe do something with it with your web browser. But if you're looking to save your forms, this is what it's going to actually translate into an HTML file. So what I would suggest to do is let me go back. What I did was I took screenshots of my form in the form state. So let me see. Okay, now I got to find it. Oh, here it is. So what I did was I took screenshots of my actual form, because when I zip it or download it or create an archive, I don't get this form because there's no other file format that's compatible with this. So it doesn't. So it creates an HTML file. So I just took screenshots of my form, as you can see, so I know like what questions I asked the user, what question type I added in, and I put that in a Google Doc, and you can see that my Google Doc is accessible and I'm able to see what my form looked like. So if I needed to, I can recreate this form through the screenshots that I have here in this document. So, I mean, I learned that just because I was doing this. So I would highly recommend that you capture your questions so that you can recreate the form in your new account if necessary. Other than that, that's what I found helpful when I was doing my archive. So you can see here, I have my Google Drive, and these were all my subfolders that I had in my school account. And in each subfolder, I have a zip file. And so this zip file goes with this subfolder. So I knew exactly what I'm looking for, so I can remember where I was when I was in my drive in my school account. It's just a little tip that you may find helpful when you're creating your archive. But if it doesn't matter to you, then you can just do your archive, and you can have multiple um, zip files, and you can certainly look for your files through your multiple zip files. You don't have to create subfolders if you don't want to. If I double click on this zip file, you can see that everything is still here. It's just going to be not as organized as I would have liked it to be. So it's still there. It's just that I did an extra step within my Google download. So you can certainly try it, but I would highly recommend that you use the Google Takeout to try to back up your information, because you will be able to have multiple apps backed up in your zip file. Um, so there I am. So I hope that that was helpful for you. I think that this time of the year, everyone is trying to either help students um, archive their files or download their files, or like I said, if you're moving or if you're in between jobs or positions and you need to create an archive or a backup of your files in your Google Drive, or maybe your mail, or maybe your bookmarks. Google Takeout, creating the archive is the best way to do it, because you just download it and you copy it to an external drive or a flash drive, and you have everything all accessible to you. So when you leave, you have everything there, and you don't have to worry about having access to your old account again because they shut it off. You don't need to worry about it. You have everything. So with that said, hopefully this was helpful. I just wanted to share my workflow with you. Like I said, I did some extra steps because I'm just a little neurotic with my files and having some type of organization, but you don't have to. You can just make your archive and create your zip files, and just download your zip files to your external drive. And it's very easy. If you do have a lot of files, it will take longer, and you will be notified via email. So I hope this episode of the Sweet Talk was helpful. And what I'd like to do also is, if you would like to be a guest on my show, you can simply go to my website, which is bit.ly/the Sweet Talk website, and you can fill out the guest form on the guest page. So if you click on guests, you'll have a form here that shows up. You can fill out this form for me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you would like to see other episodes that I filmed on the Sweet Talk, you can click on the episode tab, and you can see all of the episodes listed here in this table. I have the YouTube link and the show notes here in case you want to reference anything. Everything is right here for you. So with that said, I go back. Here I am. And I hope you found this episode helpful. If you have any questions, you can email me at sweettalkshow@gmail.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at bit.ly/the Sweet Talk channel, and you'll always be updated on when I create a new show. During the summer, I'm going to be kind of on and off. I'm not sure how often I'm going to be filming because I have other commitments, and but I will do my best to give you what's going on in the Google for Education world with new updates, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things coming out for back to school. So until then, I will do my best, and I will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.